change in Africa unless there is a change of heart, unless there is a change in leadership, unless Africa has godly leaders. That is where Boma Seminary comes into the picture. At the seminary, we seek to transform Africa by developing and supporting future generations of African leaders. We are doing so one person at a time. And our graduates are transforming the context. Indeed, they are transforming Africa one person at a time, one block at a time, one village at a time. We believe that it is Jesus' approach as well. When Jesus came with his agenda to transform the world, he called a group of disciples who were transformed and who in turn went and transformed the world through the power of the Holy Spirit, one person at a time, one household at a time, and one city at a time. Last May, Joseph Kabila, the young president of Congo, came to Boma on an official visit. Before his arrival, the state protocol approached me to see whether I wouldn't mind to open the ceremony with a word of prayer. They encouraged me, telling me that I should not be afraid because I would be praying from the same podium where the president would be delivering his speech. I had no idea why I was selected among the many others who could have been selected. At the end of the ceremony, when we went for refreshment, I had my chance to greet the president. And when I greeted him, he simply asked me, "Are you the Right Honorable Dumbi's pastor?" Now, the Right Honorable Dumbi, who is a CMA pastor, is a seminary alumnus whom we discipled years ago. Today, he is serving as a member of our National Assembly. Although, since he was sworn in about 3 years ago, he has never said a word in Parliament. His Christian living and his transformed life has caught the attention of many, including the president. So, when the president was coming where the Right Honorable Dumbi was from, he wanted the person who discipled him to open with prayer. See, the seminary is making a difference. There's another story as well. Following our last provincial elections, Thomas Paku, one of our alumni, became a member of the provincial government. He became the Minister of Youth, Culture, and Sport. The irony of it is that Thomas is more of a contemplative spiritual guy. He never kicked a ball. He is not at all inclined to either cultural or sports stuff. It did not take long for his shortcomings to show. After just a year, he was sacked from his position. However, the governor, or here in Canada we should say the premier, kept him around and created a new post for him in government. When asked why he acted in such a way, the governor simply said, "I could not let Minister Paku just go. He is my consciousness." See, the seminary is making a difference, one person at a time. Now, the seminary is not just having an impact in higher places, it is also having the same kind of impact in lowly places. This is exactly what Pastor Ndibu did. I knew Ndibu from our high school years. He was a senior when I was a freshman. After working as a teacher for about 20 years in a remote village, he came to seminary where I was already teaching. He came as a mature student. By that time, Ndibu had a gray beard and liked to act out his age. He was known as the wisest student on campus. After his studies, he was appointed as a senior pastor of the Kuilungongo church. Kuilungongo is home to the largest sugarcane plantation in Congo. But for Ndibu, this place was too urban for him. He wanted to go back to the village. So he took up the leadership of the Kimwabi church. Kimwabi is a little village on an island on the river Congo. And this village is only accessible by dugout canoes. Here, Pastor Ndibu thrived. He organized the local people into a fishery co-op. He started an elementary school. He was the sole teacher. So he taught grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, all the way to grade 6. And when these kids were ready to go into junior high, he started a high school. And at that time, he got some help. And the government, or the Ministry of Education, appointed him the principal of the school. His work changed Kimwabi upside down. Instead of leaving the island for the city, young people now had a reason to stay home. And with the improvement in the income they made from fishing, parents could now afford to send their children to school. Last year, before he had a privilege to see the first class graduate from his high school, Pastor Ndibu died of unknown disease. And in order to honor his memory, the government renamed the school after him. But when I sat through the memorial service that we had for Pastor Ndibu, I was moved. Everybody spoke about this man who did not even know how to swim, but who brought hope to a fishing community. As I sat there, I felt good because I know God is at work. And God is at work through simple people like Pastor Ndibu. It was ironic because in this 3,000 or more people attending the memorial service, Pastor Ndibu would have felt seriously uncomfortable. He was not that kind of guy. He was a one-on-one man, one who liked to work in the background. And yet, I was proud of him too. Proud to know that the seminary had a part in his training. Brothers and sisters, I'm here to tell you that those of you who have invested in what the Lord is doing around the world, that your investment is bearing fruit. It's not a drop in a bucket of water. You are making a difference. Without your help, there would be no Pastor Ndibu, no Right Honorable Dumbi, no Minister Paku. I'm here to tell you, on the behalf, thank you that you gave. Thank you that you prayed.